Hey traders, John Howell here. So today I have a massive coaching video for you that I know is going to help you out with your trading. In today's video, we're going to be covering the stock market update and is there a slingshot move coming, because I've seen what's happening right now, but also King Russell. I've been talking about King Russell now for a long time. Is King Russell about to break out? I'm also going to give you a bit of an update about gold. And still, gold is a massive warning, guys. Really still a massive warning there. Give you an update about the oil crash coming. Is oil predicting what's going to happen with the election? I've got to talk to you about that as well too. Also, I want to talk to you about why you're only 20 trades away and why most people's thinking around the markets and around their trading is wrong. And I believe this number one thing that's going to talk about here is going to start you thinking about your trading for the next 12 months differently, which I promise you is going to increase your success rate and so much more. Okay, so I'm going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about the single most powerful pattern to trade. I'm going to walk you through really a simple, powerful pattern and one moving average that you can start to look for in today as well too. And then also also what I talk to you about in this massive coaching video for you is I'm going to talk to you about two different articles that I put together. One is that if you don't quit, good luck will find you. But then also I recently wrote an article, or I put together an article, is that the resilience of a successful traders, overcoming setbacks and seeking guidance. So if you're going through a bit of a tough time, that's also going to help you out. And then also, guys, I'm not done. I'm going to really over deliver for you. I did a training a while ago talking about the top pattern that forms at all biggest crashes, and I'm going to put that on this video. I'm going to add that to the end of this video here. So we've got a massive video, guys. So let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty, traders. So let's actually start off with everything that I promised you here today. So stock market update. Let's get into the stock market here. So the stock market right now, guys, we can see a really nice actually update today. Really nice update across actually all the indices. All the indices made a really nice update. King Russell is up over 2% today, which is quite nice to see. I believe, and I'll get to that in just a minute, but look at that. Look at the short-term analysis here, guys. We had this low point, low, and now we're just coming back down through to here. So there's two scenarios that I really want you to be thinking about when it comes to the markets. And I was talking about that with my coaching clients, right? And oh, by the way, guys, if you need some help, see that free trading course on the screen right now? Make sure there should be a link in the description there. Make sure you go get access to that free trading course, guys. It's going to really help you out. So low, higher low, and then also another higher low. But I said to my coaching clients, there's other two things that's going to come here. And what does that mean? Firstly, we've seen the pullback, and now we're going to start to see a move to the upside. If we do get that, happy days. Here we go again, new high. That's where we go, okay? Now, this is what we're talking about over the next few weeks here, okay? But if there is a shock to the markets about who actually, the outcome of the election, then we may get, this may be a short-term little fake out before we start to get something like this going on through here, right? So down through there, we may end up getting something like that. So, but what does that mean now if that happens? It's probably going to be a short-term drop if that happens, followed by a continuation on the upside. Why do I say that? The most important trend to us when we're looking at it is the weekly trend. If I bring this weekly trend up here and I zoom right in, look at this here. Even if we do get what I just said there a minute ago, even if we do get this actually ends up being a red candle, and we get another red candle here, as long as we stay above this low through here, then all this is probably just another higher low, and then guess what? Another higher low from here. Makes sense? So that's what we're seeing through there when it comes to, when it comes to that, and when it comes to the markets from here. So that's the Dow Jones from there. And the same, let's actually bring this up through to, yeah, we'll keep that through there. Right, and then look at the Nasdaq as well too. The same thing for the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq has actually just been holding strong here, right? Just really not much going on with the Nasdaq, but just holding strong here. So again, same situation here, guys. Either way, by the end of this year, I see the stock market being a lot higher, or the indices being a lot higher than where we are right now in through there. And the same for the S&P 500 is that we can see here that the S&P 500 just came down to this low here, and now it's just held through here. So once again, if we have a look at this level and we have a look at this through here, we did actually have that strong level of support and resistance all through there. It's just come back down. If we do get more downside to come out of this level through here, go back to our weekly charts, and we can see that that is the last low through here. So we still can get this being a down week, this being a down week, and it just be this next 2 weeks like that. But then I see a massive slingshot move coming out of the markets from there. So I also talked about Russell and King Russell. King Russell about to break out. Let's go check that out through here. So the King Russell here, I've always liking the King Russell because I like to get into stocks that haven't made moves for a while. You know, like it's sort of like the thing, right? Is that after the stock's made a really big move, you sort of missed out on the bulk of the move, right? That's where, like, when I get to gold, the thinking around gold is probably wrong with most people. But looking at the IWM here, check this out, right? So we have this level through here and all this level through here. But let's actually bring up this daily chart here for a minute. Let's take everything off the screen, and we can see here that this has actually been this massive resistance point all through here, right? All that through there has been that massive resistance point, and a very strong update today. Very strong update today. And as you can see, that's what's actually going on through here, right? This nice low, higher low, higher low, and still another higher low through here. So we got a really strong update today. If this is the start of a really big breakout, then get ready for a monster finish to the end of the year out of the Russell. Monster finish to the end of the year out of the Russell. We can see a really big move. So I do see that we're likely to probably see that coming real soon. So also next on the list here is that gold bubble warning is still. And if you remember what I said before, guys, right? I talked about how that when looking at these markets, right, I like the Russell because guess what? The Russell still really hasn't made a big breakout yet. But people are still thinking about gold, right? They're still staying with gold. And this is just my personal opinion based off facts of how markets work, not an emotional, like I think, right, a big mistake we can make, right, is go down the thinking. Like I think, oh John, you don't understand, everything's the debt bubble, right? And then they go down this path of thinking, right? It's a big mistake. But the big thing I'm always warning about people when it comes to gold is that we know that it's already made a very big move from here. And if we just look at it from a not a money perspective, but a market structure perspective, how markets work, we do know after periods of movement up, we get pullbacks. Moving up, we get pullbacks. We don't know when this top is going to be, when this top's going to be. Is that going to be here right now? Or are we going to continue up a little bit more from here? And then we get a big drop. What you don't want to do is you don't want to be trying to get into something hoping for a really big move after it's already made a really big move. Why? Because you know, just like everything, just like how markets operate, right? You're going to get the ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs. So you want to put the odds on your side even more when it comes to that. So this is the gold bubble warning here, guys. That really is a really big thing here that I'm seeing when it comes to most people in the market, especially with gold. So many people just want to see gold go higher, and I understand that, right? You also need to think now that, again, guys, this is from a trading perspective, right? Trading perspective. In investing perspective, you shouldn't be worried about that if we do get a drop for a couple of months, right? Because you're holding for 2-3 years. You're seeing where it's likely to be over 2-3 years. And over 2-3 years, you're going to get stuff like this happening all the time, right? So long-term buy and hold, that's not for you. But for people that are looking to get in the gold now, because they're hoping for that continuation on the upside, that's what this whole warning is for you. So also, the oil crash, right? This oil crash coming. Really interesting thing is this. I've been talking about oil now for a while. And if I bring up this oil chart from here, let's go look at the oil chart here. So this oil chart here right now, as you can see, has been quite really compressing down. We've been getting a lot of high, lower high, lower high. We've been getting just still a sideways movement. We're getting a lot of volatility. So this is the daily charts here. Look at all this volatility on this daily chart. You go long here, and then you get stopped out. You go short here, then you got stopped out. It's a very, 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 very hard thing to do, right? When it comes down to trading the market. So the big thing I'm seeing here when it comes to the oil market is this predicting a Trump victory? If it is, right, a Trump victory, we can see that we could possibly see that if that happens and drill baby drill starts to come into play, then guess what's going to happen with oil? We're going to break here. So is this setting up? Is this telling us who's going to win? I don't know. Actually, you know what? Leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know who do you think is going to win. Just on a side note on that, guys, this world is crazy when it comes to the politics, this political election right now. This just does not make sense. My little 2 cents about this, and I'm going to continue on with what we're talking about here. This just does not make sense, right? It's like we saw the red side, right? We saw Trump. Guess what? We saw the red side. He had to go through all of that to become, the elect, the nominee of the Republican, and so on and so forth, right? Had to go through all that. And it's like, I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. It's like, it was only a month ago. Everyone's like, Biden. And then there's no, no primaries, no debates between the Democrats and so on and so forth. It's just like, okay, no, Biden's out. Harris, you're going to be stepping in. And then everyone's like, okay, cool. Let's just vote for her. It's like, I just do not get that. It's just like anyone. It's just like, I just don't get it. Can you guys please explain that in the comment section below if you're still watching this video right now, right? What is going on here with this whole thing? It's like people are just like, yeah, Harris is the one. It's like, she was just put in. She didn't get voted in. She wasn't the primary election out of all. Yeah. Not like what Trump had to go through and all that sort of stuff. Do you know what I'm saying to say here? So anyway, that's just my thing through here. If Trump doesn't be elected, guys, get ready for a breakout and a break to the downside. And it could be the big short. This is the big short for this year coming up. So that's what I see there when it comes to the oil crash. Now, you're only 20 trades away. Here's something I really want to talk to you about, guys, when it comes to your trading here, okay? Put this here, right? So I've got this here, and this is something that I really want you to be thinking about, and a bit of a mindset shift. If you've been struggling this year with your entire trading this year, I've put this together for you to try to give you some things to think about. My best trade, I'm having a really good successful year this year. Really, really, really good, phenomenal year this year. And one of the reasons why is because I haven't actually been trading a lot. I've had trades, right? And I got out of trade, nice trade just for SD. But the thing is that I really want you to be thinking about, a lot of people think they need to trade a lot to make a lot of money, right? So if you're trying to make, say, close to 6 figures, I've put this together for you to think about your trading in a result of this here. Let's just say, for example, that you are trading a system that gets a 90% win-loss ratio, right? There's patterns out there that will give you over a 90% success rate. Now, then the second thing to that is, what does that pattern look like? What's the steps or rules, right? That's where the work becomes involved with this, right? But then what also is the work? The work is then waiting for the patterns, right? If you don't have a trade for 2 weeks, then you need to wait for the patterns. That's always the hard part about this black and white state. But I'm trying to give you some things that I think is actually stopping you from achieving success. And let's just say, for example, you knew this one pattern, this one single pattern is likely to give you a 90% success rate. And let's just say on average, you were using things like, say, options or leverage. And on your margin that you put up, you got 100% profit per trade. Does that happen? Yes, all the time, right? Now, this is on average, right? Some trades might have gave you 200%. Some trades might have gave you 50%, right? Let's just say on average, throughout that, say, through only 20 trades, on average, 90% success rate is what? 18 profits. 18 profitable trades at 100% equals what? $90,000. And then, but we still had losses here. And let's just say the losses were 50%. By the way, guys, I think out of all my losses that I had this year, I think I've only had one loss that was 50% this year. Right? All the other ones, like my last loss, which was, I think last week, was like a 4% loss on my investment. But that followed up by that followed up by a 50% profit. So I hope you can see here, right? So 50% is actually quite big if you know how to trade the market. Loss per trade, so $5,000 at 50%, $2,500. You lost $5,000 and you made $85,000. And you can do all this trading 1 hour per day. Again, guys, this is how I actually trade the markets. Right? This is how I trade the markets 1 hour per day. I'm always scanning and looking and being patient, waiting for the right criteria and the right setups, right? That's likely to give me a high win-loss ratio. Now, do I always get a 90% success rate? Not all the time. Sometimes I take these really bad mistakes and I make mistakes, right? But the thing is that that's what the whole thing is. We want to go through the year, not trying to take 20 trades a week, but you might want to take maybe 30 or 40 trades, right? You know, you have 52 weeks of the year. So maybe you say, you know, you might take 40 trades throughout that entire time. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm trying to bring it down to where a lot of people go wrong. And this is something that I'm always, especially like this week here, like with my actual coaching group. And by the way, I've opened up some spots for my coaching program. If you're struggling this year and you need some help, then apply for my 12-month coaching program for all of 2025. Link in the description there. But you can see here, guys, right? You can see here that this is one of the reasons why I believe so many people out there are struggling, is because they're trying to do 20 trades a week to try to make 6 figures, and they're not doing that. What I always say is try to step back and try to find, okay, what are the setups? What are the patterns that is likely to do really well for you, that has a high win-loss ratio? And then we have to be patient. And that's always a hard thing, right? That patience word, meaning like you cannot take a trade, right? You cannot take a trade unless you see this pattern appear. If you can do that, now we can start to achieve some more success. And the more I adapt the mentality around this, like what are the patterns that's likely to produce a very high win-loss ratio, right? How do I scan the trades and so on and so forth? And how do I make sure I have that discipline to be patient, to wait for these things to come around? Even if it takes a whole month for one really good trade, the whole thinking around that, this is how you have success for years and a whole successful trading career in the markets there. So that's what I wanted to walk you through there. Let's go through here. Next one here that I really promised you guys in today's video. Is it okay if I over deliver in today's coaching video for you? I'll put the timestamps on this video anyway. So the single most powerful pattern to trade. Now check out this here. This is a really simple trading pattern. Let me bring this down to here. There's a couple of different screenshots that I really want to show you. This is all different things that I've noticed today and trades I've done. And well, actually, no, they're not all trades I've done. But there are different things I've noticed. Well, let me go down to here. I'm trying to bring up the slide. Where is it? Okay, cool. Here. So this is a slide here. And one thing that I always liking into the markets is I always call it. This is a really, really, really simple, powerful pattern that I know that's really going to help you guys when trading the markets. Remember I said before about a trading pattern that's likely to produce a very high win-loss ratio? This is the foundations to what I look for, right? I still have my checklist and everything I go through, but this is my foundations of what I look for. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the L-shape type of a pattern, or the upside down L-shape type of pattern. Right? So I'm looking for either this here, that pattern there, down and across, or up and across. Got it? Really simple, right? Really, 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 really simple. Then, what am I doing? Then, if it's an actual L-shaped pattern, I'm looking for the moving average to come down. If it's an upside down L-shaped pattern, I'm looking for the moving average to come up. This is the pattern, really simple. Nothing about stochastics or RSI or any of that crap that's actually stopping you and confusing you from doing really well out of the markets. Right? So this is the foundations, right? Then you've got the entry signal, then you've actually got, trade management, right? That's the reason why it takes a bit of time for you to become a good trader, because there's layers here, right? But if you look at this here, look at this. Oh, we'll start with this top one up here. Down, L-shaped pattern, strong moving average, and a nice short trade. Up, sideways, moving average coming up, nice trade. Down, sideways, moving average come down, and a nice follow through on the downside. Down, sideways through there, moving average coming down, and a nice short trade through there. L-shaped pattern, strong moving average, and a nice short trade. Upside down L-shaped pattern with the moving average coming up, and a nice bullish trade. Down, sideways, you see what I'm saying here? Down, sideways, and then we had a big move from down through there. So this is the foundations, guys, of what I like to look for when it comes to a really good high quality trading setup in the markets. This is exactly what I'm actually looking for all the time in the markets from here. And this works on all, like, so many times, right? Like, check out this here, right? This is the trade here. But what is this? It just works, right? Up, sideways, moving average coming up, a nice good bullish breakout, right? This one here, bearish. This is the bearish example, right? What is this? Down, sideways, moving average coming down, and a nice follow through on the downside. Makes sense? So this is the number one type of pattern that I'm always liking to look for. And look, here's just another good example, guys, right? I can show you so many examples. Up, sideways, strong moving average, and then a follow through, right? It just works. It just works. Now, the hard part is finding those trades, right? That's the reason why for me, I have scans and so on and so forth. But I'm trying to give you a bit of a leadway on if you're approaching the markets in a way where you're trying to guess and trying to be smart and lucky, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna guess this trade. Like, I don't ever guess. I'm not guessing in the markets. There's the difference between most people who don't. Most people don't do really well are doing that. They're guessing and they're trying to. Well, I think this person, and I think. To me, what am I doing? I am always looking at the market in a result of, well, I'm not going to try and think. I'm just going to look at the market today. And if I get my L-shaped tripper pattern, there's a really high probability I'm going to generate a nice profit off that. Then I overlay my entry signal, my entry candle. Then I overlay trade management techniques to actually let the profits run and cut your losses short and all that sort of stuff. Make sense, guys? So that's one of the things that I really wanted to sort of walk you through there when it comes to the trading pattern here. Let's continue on here now, guys. And next on the list, guys, is that if you don't quit, good luck will find you. Plus, the resilience of successful traders overcoming setbacks and seeking guidance. So here's two different things here, guys. So the first thing I want to say here is this one here, this first article here, which is, if you never give up, good luck will find you. When we grow and change, we get better results. But going through that change and growth is hard and painful. It's like breaking through glass ceiling. It's going to hurt and you're going to get cut. You realize your habits need to change, the way you're thinking is wrong, and you get a big reality check. Because most people think it's going to be easy, when they feel this pain, they stop and retreat. But those who say, yep, change is hard, it's painful, and it's not meant to be easy. This uncomfortable feeling is a normal part of going to another level. So don't quit, don't stop. You're on your way. And when you don't quit, good luck will find you. You're building momentum and you're closer to your dreams than you think. Just like the water well, you pump the water and nothing comes out for a while. But when you don't stop, after a while, it flows in abundance. And this is where I see a lot of people, right? They give up way too easy when it comes to that through here, okay? So, and then the other part to this one here is, this is an article that I just wrote, and I actually put this article on my, an article that I put together just recently, like literally just recently, today. If you go to my community tab, you'll be able to see this article through here. So let's actually go through this article here, guys. Just quick, it's just a short little article, because I really believe this article is going to actually, this article that I put together for you, I believe it's really going to help you out, okay? The resilience of successful traders, overcoming setbacks and seeking guidance. In the world of trading, success is often not a straight path, but rather a journey filled with challenges and setbacks. Every successful trader has faced moments of doubts, frustrations, and temptations to give up. These experiences are not just common, they are integral to the growth and development of a trader. The ability to persevere through adversity is what ultimately distinguishes successful traders from those who falter, right? Setbacks in trading can take many forms: market fluctuations, poor investment decisions, or unexpected economic turns, right? Or poor mindset and so on and so forth. Each setback can lead to feelings of uncertainty and a desire to abandon the pursuit altogether. This is where so many people, right? So many people, when they go through this uncertainty, they say, oh, trading's not for me, and they quit and they give up. That's right. Like, no, that's part of the past, right? However, it is during these challenging times that the resilience becomes crucial. Successful traders understand that setbacks are not failures, but rather opportunities to learn and grow. They analyze their mistakes, adjust their strategies, and continue to move forward, often emerging stronger and more knowledgeable. The journey of a trader is not solely about technical skills or about market knowledge. It also involves mental and emotional component. Huge. Remember I said today, right, about the 20 trades and so on and so forth? Is that, yeah, here's a plan to make almost 6 figures a year, trading only 20 trades a day. Then I gave you a very simple trading pattern to look for that gives you a potential chance of actually doing that. But then now the mental and emotional, right? The psychological toll of trading can be significant. And many traders find themselves grappling with self-doubt and fear. It's in these moments of uncertainty that the importance of seeking guidance becomes apparent, right? That's the reason why I have my coaching program, guys. Yes, a plug for my coaching program. You can apply for it, link in the description, right? But that's why I'm there for, to show you. I've been doing this for 20 years myself, and my goal is to take what I've learned for 20 years and condense it down in a very short time frame. For some, this guidance comes from mentoring, books, and trading communities. For others, it may involve a spiritual dimension, such as seeking divine guidance. Believing in a higher power can provide comfort and clarity during basically these times here, right? Many traders turn to prayer or meditation, asking for wisdom and direction as they navigate these complexities of the markets. This spiritual practice can foster a sense of peace and purpose, helping traders to remain grounded and focused on their goals. By seeking guidance, whether through a spiritual means or mentorships, traders can find the strength to continue their journey even when the path ahead seems unclear. In conclusion, the road to becoming a successful trader is often paved with setbacks and challenges. However, it is the ability to persevere through these difficulties and ultimately leads to success. By embracing resilience and seeking guidance, whether from mentoring, lecturers, and spiritual practices, traders can navigate the complexities of the markets with confidence. The journey may be fraught with obstacles, but the determination and support, success is not possibility. It is achievable. It is an achievable reality, right? And then I just had someone here just say, thanks, brother, from me. All right. So I wanted to put that together for you because I guarantee you a lot of people have been struggling this year. If you are in that moment right now where you're struggling a lot, you are absolutely struggling a lot. I try to put these two main things, this one here, and then also this one here, to try to give you some guidance that, you know what, guys, I'm just trying to neutralize your journey. Because back when I first started trading, I was actually saying this to my coaching clients today, that when I first started trading, the one thing that kept me going back with trading was what? Was that I had mentors who have been doing it for a lot longer than I have, and I read books and interviews of traders that I saw they also, like, I read traders that I read some books of traders and interviews of traders. They didn't make any money for 10 years, and now they make a lot of money from the markets. Right, a lot of money from the markets, and that's where I want to guide you down the path of that process there, where I'm trying to share with you and coach you and guide you down the path of just to never ever give up. So if you are actually having a really tough time this year, if you're struggling with the mindset, the foundational work that I talked about today as well too, right, the emotional part, the mental part, the actual strategies, the entry signals, the are you struggling with the consistency and the discipline there, or if you're just struggling in general and you're finally at a point where you've been doing this for a while and you really do need some help and you're committed, then I know my coaching program can be a good fit for you. Okay, it's application only. I normally only up a small group every single year. I've just opened up some spots right now. If you are in that spot right now and you need some help, go to getjohnshelp.com. There should be an application on there, on that page. You'll be able to see what other people said about my coaching and so on and so forth on there. Fill out the application as first come, first serve. And I know that this is going to really, really, really help you out there, guys. So what I want to do now, guys, for the last bit from here is I want to actually now I'm going to play a video. I'm going to add to this coaching video. I'm going to add to this video here a training that I did walking through the #1 top crash patterns that happen across all that's happened 1929, 87, and so on and so forth. I'm going to walk you through that, and that's what you're going to see through here. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed it. Guys, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and let me know what you enjoyed most out of this training as well too. So one of the biggest things that actually stops us from getting ahead in the markets is fear, right? Fear. What if the market crashes? What if it doesn't crash? What's going on? I'm confused. The market's so volatile. Let's actually, what I want to do is I want to take off the blinders, the blinkers for you. And today I want to share with you how there is so much power in the charts. And I'm going to talk about the different major crashes we've actually had in history, 1929, 1987, and how just by really forgetting all the noise and letting the fear take control, how can we just utilize some simple techniques that really do make a massive difference in our lives when understanding, are we about to see a crash? Is there a potential of a down market? Oh, let's go look at this here, right? So I personally take a lot, as you can see, look at this here. I have a lot of screenshots of different trades and different things I've done in the past, right? Do you guys take a lot of screenshots? Anyway, so let me bring this one up. Let me actually copy this for a minute and let me go over to this one here. So we're going to look at this one here, and this is my good old PowerPoint. Rule number 1 is trend. The trend is your friend until the end, guys. I promise you, stick with the trend, especially the higher time frame trend, by the way. Bit of a side note before I get into today's update. If you're trading a daily chart, guys, always look at the weekly chart major trend and trade with that. You'll have a much more happy trading career. Anyway, so we look at this actual chart through here. So one thing that the stock market does, right? And I know this sounds really, really simple, but one thing the stock market does is this. The stock, for people that don't know about the markets itself, they're very, 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 very confused, right? It's like if you've been trading the markets now for 2 or 3 or 4, even 5 years, you've probably gone around the world a couple of times or maybe more, right? Is that a song? And the purpose of me saying that, right? If you've gone down the indicator roll and stochastics and MACDs and swing trading, divergence and reports and all this sort of stuff, right? And you're like, and John, I'm still confused. Welcome to the club. So was I. That's what led me down a rabbit hole. But thanks to me now having 20 years experience in the markets, I've just learned, there's nothing really, the market just doesn't suddenly crash, right? And that's what this whole thing is, just to give you back the power. Give you back the power, right? So let's have a look at this here. So let's actually create this really, really simple. Let's create another little slide through here, okay? So whenever we have a market in itself, we have trend analysis, right? So we have market go up. So let's draw this out for you, right? So we have market go up through there, right? Let's change that color. So let's say we have market go up. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create this slide for you right now, okay? Market go up, and market go up, okay? So we have this market go up through. So now we're looking at it, we're identifying an upward trend, right? And so the reason why I'm going to be using this example, and you can flip it upside down for the bearish side, but the reason I'm going to be using this as an example is to teach you and show you, because obviously market crash is down, right? So we want to identify, is there a potential market crash? So let's actually draw this through here, and let's actually bring up, I'm going to copy paste that again, but now I'm going to change you to red, right? Can we actually do a bit of a presentation live in front of you guys? Cool, let's do this here, right? So, and now look what we have here. What do we have? Nice little upward trend, right? Nice little upward trend through there. Yeah, we go, right? There we go. Another nice little another nice little move to the upside, right through there. And let's just do another one through there, right? So another one through here. Let's just say the market does that through there. And let's say the market comes through here, right? So what do we have here? What do we have so far? We have what? And we have, and I know this sounds really simple, guys, but watch. I'm doing this right in front of you right now as a bit of a teaching video. Okay, firstly, this is how you identify the trend. Secondly, you start to see when the trend starts to change, what are the most important things to say, you know what? We are no longer in an upward trend, so if we're going to see a downward phase, now it doesn't mean we're going to crash, but it just tells you that we need to be alert, right? So let's actually go to no fill in. Let's go to outline. Let's go to no fill. There we go. All right, cool. And let's actually do that. All right. So what do we have here? We have low, and then we have another higher low. Another. Oh, there we go. Back there. Another higher low. Right. And then now we have what? Another higher low. Right. So we have higher lows in place. So as long as the market continues to make these higher lows, then the market is still in an upward trend. Now, you may be thinking, no, dude, John, you wasted 5 minutes of my life to tell you that. Hold your horses, right? Hold your horses. Let me explain something here, all right? So, but what happens if for some reason the next leg down is like this? And what that is a, let's go here, right? So let's go insert, a bit of fun here with you guys, right? A little bit of a, okay, cool, there, right? So what that is that's now a breaking of a low. Remember I said before that, now, as long as the market's making higher lows, the market's in an upward trend. If the market changes the tune, and let's bring on a good old purple, and let's make you a lot thicker, and let's make you dash. All right, dash purple. So if we actually break the low here, then what does that tell you? That tells you, because remember guys, you and me are not, we don't move this market around, right? Not you, not me, not a collective of us. We're like a little fly poo. Trillions of dollars are flowing through all these markets, right? Cryptos and especially foreign exchange, right? And then you've got commodity prices and gold and stocks. So much money flows through this. So you and me, we're a little fly poo. But let's look at this here. So we identified this level through here, right? And this is the reason why, guys, in my trading system, again, that first link in the description, go join my webinar. In my trading system, out of the 4 rules, the very first rule is what I'm teaching you here right now because it's so powerful. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. So we have this level through here. So now we've actually broken the low. What does that mean? It means that the market is no longer in an upward trend. Okay, cool. So now this could either mean it's likely to go sideways, or we could actually start to see a downward trend. And then what can actually happen sometimes is that the market will then get what? The market will then go for a rally to the upside, and then it will start to see a movement on the downside. But what was the warning to say, oh, if I'm long this market right now, this market could be rolling over and we could be getting ready for a downside. Now, I know this, what was the warning sign? The warning sign was what? This one right here. Okay, and I'm going to make that a lot. I'm going to make you, let's make you, all right, let's make you, we'll go red, right? And let's make you a lot thicker, just a lot thicker. That's what she said. I hope not. Anyway, back at the educational video for you guys. All right, so we have higher lows through here, okay? Then we break a lower low. Now, what is this one? This is a trend change warning, right? A trend change warning. So the trend change warning simply says, okay, we could be getting ready for more downside to come. And this way, guys, that let's actually take the power back here, right? There's this whole world of trading. It's actually not that complicated. Once we can start to remove once we can start to remove what we think, right? A lot of times when we go to the markets, we think, oh, the professionals, blah, 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 blah. Or this, a lot of the stuff that we think is actually completely wrong, right? So now then this trend change warning then starts to make what? Then comes up, then now makes a lower high, And then now guess what? Now we're in a downward trend, right? And then the market goes down. Now there's no guarantees that this market is going to crash here. No, it could just be in a downward trend. But let's go apply that same analysis to all of the markets. Now I'm going to copy this and I'm going to go to, this is 1929 crash. What did we have here? Look at this here. Easy. There we go, right? See that lower low? What is that? That's that lower low from what? Let's do another one. So now we had a lower low, lower high, and then this is the 1929 crash. So I know that sounds really simple, but guess what? That's that low through there, right? There we go. There we go. Hey, are you going to do it for me? No? Oh, there you go. Right. So that's that low. It created a lower low, lower high, and then the severe crash happened. Let's go look at the 1962. All right. I'm going to copy paste where the low broke it. Look at that there. That was a low, a slight lower low, but look what happened. Came up, made a what? Lower high, and then we had the big move down. 1966 crash. Look at this one here. This one here was definite, like a real spot on, right? Look at this here. So we had what? We had a lower low compared to this low here. And let me make you circle. That low there, right? So higher low, lower low. What do we have here now? We now have what? We now have lower high. Let's continue on here. 1987 crash. What do we have here? We had this one here, wasn't a lower low, but it actually started to create this pattern here where it created a lower high, it created a higher low, but then it created a lower high, and let me copy paste you over here, and it broke the low. So lower highs breaking the low. Who's in control through here now? Who's definitely in control at this point right here? All right, this point right here. Now the sellers, right? Because now we're in a downward trend, right? We're in a downward trend. High, low, lower high, and then the big drop. And then look at that there. 1980. Oh my goodness, 1987 came out of nowhere. 2008. Mr. 2008. Let's I need another red circle. Let's go 2008. 2008 did what? It created at least this point through here, right? Dropped a major lower low. Then created a lower high. It actually even started back here as well too, right? As you can see. Like look at this here. It started creating lower highs back here. But a significant lower low, lower high. And then guess what? The big crash was where? The real big bang was there, wasn't it? Right? The bit that's where this right here was the big bang. Can I make that thicker? Anyway, you see what I'm getting there, right? So this here was when, oh my goodness, market's falling off a cliff. Like, it's like, look at this here, market go down. COVID, look at this here. Now, what did COVID do? Good old COVID. Now, by the way, guys, COVID is an anomaly. You can't really add COVID in there, but look what COVID did. What did COVID do? It actually created the double top, but look what happened. It broke the low, right? Broke the low. It didn't create a lower high, but as soon as it broke that low, guess what? You're saying, oh my goodness, it's over. Let's go, and then let's look at one of the last crashes through here. And this is where, guys, the chart is your friend, right? What's that there? What is this here? It's a what? It's a lower low. And now that's a lower low. And now look what happened. Came up, made a lower high. That's pretty much there. Look at that there. Remember I said before, like, let's go back to this diagram here. Lower low, lower high, and then the bear market starts, then the downside starts. Now again, it doesn't mean this is when the crash is going to happen, but guess what? This is when you actually start to utilize, okay, if there's something going to happen, like right now as I'm doing this recording, if you look at the markets, if you're worried about a significant crash suddenly happen overnight, that is just off a fear or off a thinking, and that is not reality, right? The reality is that the market doesn't just go straight down. It may have a really sharp drop in the market, but to really have a big crash, which I don't think we're going to, we're going to start to see what? We're going to start to see this. Again, doesn't mean we're going to crash. We could just have a nice downward trend. By the way, traders, what is a crash? The crash is what? Just this is 2008, right? It doesn't look too bad. Like, oh my goodness, global financial crisis, the market is over, that's it, everything's dead. Everything's dead. That doesn't look like much, does it, now? Because why? We're removing the emotion. I'm like, oh, Okay, yeah, this was 2008 stock market crash was 2008, 365 days, not 1 day, 2 days, 1 week. It wasn't COVID, right? COVID was a black swan that happens once every 100 years. But now looking at the crash here, look at the year, look what we're seeing here. Low, lower high, and then away we go from there. And then we see where Bitcoin crashed, and as you know, Bitcoin came down through here. And then it did nothing for a while, people went quiet, and then now we had the very big moves to the upside. So if I go back to this chart here, look at this chart here. As we can see, look at this here. 1929, lower low, lower high, downward trend. Lower low, lower high, downward trend. 1966, lower low, lower high, downward trend. 1987 created a higher low, but then it created a lower high, and then we started to see this here. 2008, and also the Bitcoin market as well too. So if you are fear of having a crash and you're worried, we have the power in our hands. And it's not from a secret report or what Russia's doing or this secret long-term insider or no. Let's bring back the, as you can see, right? So what is our job? Our job is as the market is moving and starting to create, as the market moves and creates these patterns, guess what we should be doing? We should be completely 100% focused on this one thing. And again, guys, that's where, like for me personally, with my trading system, when it comes to my A quality setups, again, guys, that first thing in the description, go join my webinar that I'm running today, and you will be able to see exactly why my trading system is so high probability. Rule number 1 is this. Then I'll start to look at rule number 2, 3, and 4, and like, oh my goodness, when you start to combine those 4 simple things. But that's the reason why, guys, off the back, this is the reason why it's a foundation to having a really successful trade for me. Because this here, guys, is what, remember, at the end of the day, the bottom line is this. You and me, we do not move the market. But the chart is like a footprint of what the collective of the market is thinking and feeling. Now we can go really deep into this market, like really, really, really deep about chart reading techniques and all that sort of stuff. And I do that in my trading course. That's second link in the description there. Especially in part number 2 and 3, I talk about like chart reading mastery and different things you can utilize there. But the power is in our hands, because all it is, it's just what we're doing here, guys. When we're reading the market, we're reading what the big boys are starting to think and feel, right? And this is sort of like a foundations of the trend analysis. Then we can start to look at other things, laying it up to a bit more advanced type of techniques to really start to really get a good understanding. Like, oh, look here. You know, the buys used to be strong, but now we're actually really, really slowing down here, or we could be getting ready for a change, or all these sort of things. So the whole purpose of this video, guys, is to give you back the power, give you the power. So if you're worried about a stock market crash, or if you think about loading up on some put options or shorting the markets because you think the market's going to go to custard, right? No. Step back, right? The market doesn't work like that. The market will start to give us some sort of warning sign first. As you can see, all the major crashes in history, especially the really big ones, 2008, Bitcoin, 1929, 1987, the market starts to give us some form of a warning sign that we may not go through. We don't know if a crash is going to happen, but it starts to say that, hey, we are no longer in an upward trend anymore, and the big boys are starting to sell this off for a reason.